This is directed by Paul Mariano and Kurt Norton. This is a documentary basically about why we love movies and, in a sense, why we need movies. This film was made by people who love movies, for people who love movies, like me and people who are watching this. This went to the Sundance Film Festival, as well as several others, and was recognized very highly at all of them. This was a very entertaining film and definitely one to watch if you love movies and want to get into the business like me.
The film is a documentary about the reasons the National Film Registry was created by Congress, what they do at the National Film Registry, which is essentially two things. Each year they nominate 25 films to be preserved in the film registry, and they also go through the painstaking process of trying to preserve movies where the original film has been damaged by neglect for many years. I was surprised to learn that most movies made before 1950, there are no copies that exist anywhere in the world today. Obviously, it was a very different time for movie studios, and they could not predict or anticipate the need for movies on TV, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, etc. But ultimately, these movies are a way we have documented our country's history, and this film does an excellent job of going through, showing a lot of movies that you know well and some that you don't know so well, and in a really lighthearted way go through and talk about how important these movies are. It also takes the time to go through and talk about the impact of movies, sometimes as propaganda, which obviously is not always good. A really strong documentary. This film is not shown in traditional movie theaters. We saw it at a special presentation hosted by a local library, but it will be coming out on DVD in November, I think the week before Thanksgiving, and I would encourage you to try and see it as soon as it comes out.
Something to note is that the films that are picked just aren't just films that are released in theaters. They're also home movies or even music videos like Thriller that are dedicated to the registry. So there are lots of types of films that are on there. It's not just, you know, 2-hour films made by Hollywood. Throughout the movie, there are various interviews by filmmakers and people who are the head of studios, as well as people who are involved in the process of preserving these films. Christopher Nolan was one of the people who was interviewed, and even though his interview was not very long, it was still very nice to see him in a film like this. Despite him not being in it very long and the film feeling like 2 hours when it was only an hour and a half, I would give this film 4 out of 5 stars and definitely say that if you are interested in movies and spend a lot of time watching them, this is one to consider watching.
I would agree. It's 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was a very strong film, and anyone that loves movies, I think, would enjoy watching this. I didn't feel the movie was long. It didn't feel long to me. I thought the pacing was very good. It's an 88-minute film, and it really covered a tremendous amount of ground in 80 minutes. Real kudos to the creators of this film to go through and present as much material as they did in such a short time. Again, 4 out of 5. This one's not available in your local theater, but will be out on DVD in mid to late November, and definitely worth seeing.